other side. So circles first in your ankle, in your wrist. Again, this is really good for your coordination, for your brain as well. Good. And the other side. There actually have been studies that new movement patterns are more beneficial to your brain health than doing things like Sudoku and all that. Very good, everyone. And then switch sides again. Come to your shoulders and hips. Good. Remember to stay nice and straight. Nice and straight in your elbow, nice and straight in your knee. Keep the core gently engaged. So not crunching down as hard as you can, just a nice subtle engagement. Good. And then let's move over to the other side one last time. Good. Circles in one direction first. Really good. I know those shoulders might be getting a little bit tired now. It's not that easy. And the other side. Good. Well done. Natasha, you stay standing. For the others, we're staying in the same position. This time I want you to become as long as you possibly can and then crunch your knee towards your elbow and then lengthen your spine again. Crunch your knee towards your elbow, bring your nose in as well, round your spine, and then lengthen again. Natasha, you do this one standing, same thing before. So big toe on the floor, reach your arm up, and then cross in front of you and extend again. Cross and extend. Very good, everyone. Move your spine. So lengthen your spine and then round your spine. So like you're doing the cat-cow movement a little bit, but without overextending. So there should be no discomfort in your lower back. When you reach out, become as long as you can from your big toe all the way to your middle fingers. If somebody is pulling you in two directions. Good. We do two more, then we switch sides. Good. And one last one. Well done. Other side. Good. Let's switch over. Nice and long. Rounding your spine and lengthening your spine. Good. So when you're reaching out, try to keep your neck neutral, still looking down. We don't want to crunch up the neck so much. We want a nice and long spine and then rolling into a tight little small ball. Good. Natasha, and become a little bit lighter on your foot when you're tapping into the floor. So just the big toe grazing the floor and then reaching again. Good. And 3, 2, and one last one. Good. Come back to the floor, everyone. We're coming onto our forearms. From there, bring one heel up towards the ceiling and we're doing little pulses, little donkey kicks. Try to keep both hip bones equal distance from the floor. Good. Bend your knee a little bit stronger. So it's at least a 90-degree angle and then push your heel up as strongly as you possibly can. Good. Keep your right hip down. So we're not opening up from the hip. This movement comes from the glutes alone. Good. And then come back down. Repeat on the other side. Left heel reaches up. Little glute pulses. Good. So don't think too much about bringing your knee back down. That will happen automatically. Just think up, up, up. Pushing strongly through the heel. Good. And 6, 5. Natasha M. Bend your knee a little bit more. Very good. 4, 3, 2, and one last one. Good. Well done. Nice. Come into your bird dog. And we're doing the extension with the crunch. Nice and long in your spine. And then tight little ball as you crunch in. Very good. Nice. Remember not to lift your head too much when you're coming into the extension. You keep looking down and you're just becoming long in your spine. Move slow with these ones so that you actually feel the articulation of the spinal segments as you move through. Good. And that will also challenge your stability and your core muscles a little bit more. Move slow. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last one. Let's switch over. Really good. Other side. If your wrists are getting sore, there's also the option to place your knuckles down. Good. Keep going. And Louise, place your palm flat on the floor to take the pressure off the finger joints. Yes, very good. Nice and long there. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last one. Really good. Coming back onto your forearms. Little pulses. Going up, 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 up. Good. Nice. So flex your toes towards your shin. Push the heel up towards the ceiling. Good. Natasha H, you're leaning a little bit to your left-hand side. Bring it back. Very good. Nice. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side. Good. And go. Little pulses. Keep it high. Keep it in the high range of the movement. Without leaning sideways, without lifting your left hip. So there should be no tilting in your hip. Both hip bones are pointing straight down front of the hip. Good. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're making our way up to standing now. So place your right leg in front. And now I want you to kneel up off the floor. Lift your left knee in towards your chest. And then kneel back down again. So just getting off the floor and come back down. Good. Landing nice and softly. At the top, point your toes down. So nice and graceful. Try to keep an open chest the whole way. And as much as you can, just think up and down. So try not to bounce forward to come up. That puts more pressure onto your knee. As much as you can, stay upright and just lift. So imagine there's a wall in front of you and you don't want to touch your nose against the wall. Good. And as you're coming up, make sure that you're pushing through the front heel and the outside of the foot. That will engage your glutes a little bit more and keep your knees safe. 3 more. Natasha H, if this is getting too much at any point, just lunge back without going all the way down to the floor, okay? 2 more. And 1 last one. Really good. Well done. Let's switch over. Other side. Knee touches. And then come up. Point your toes. Nice and graceful. Hold your balance for a moment. And then you tell your brain when it's time to go back. You don't just fall back again because you can't balance anymore. Good. Keep it going. 4, 6, 5, 4. Engage your core as well when you're pulling your knee in. So try to use your core muscles and your hip flexors to pull that knee as high as you can. 2. And 1 last one. Good. Well done. Nice. From there, you're coming into a little bit of a squat. And then tap your foot to your opposite ankle. Good. Try to keep the shifting minimal. So we're not tapping out, Sonia. We're tapping in. So you're in a squat and then you just tap your foot toward, yes, towards the opposite ankle. That's it. Good. Nice. Good. And to make it harder, you can always sink a little deeper. Keep your chest nice and upright. To Fairbairn, look straight forward. That's it. Good. So not collapsing through your upper back. Keep your chest lifted, shoulder blades squeezing back. Shoulders are away from your ears, long spine. Good. Keep it going. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Kneeling up. And hold. Knee all the way touching to the floor. And then bring it back in. Stay nice and upright. Try to look forward the whole time. And remember, you tell your body when you're ready to go back down. It's not you're falling out of balance and that's why you're going down. Again, if there are any knee issues, feel free to take the depth out of it and just take a step back instead of going all the way to the floor. Good. You've got another 6 to go. Keep your knees stable, tracking over the midfoot. We don't want that knee to fall inwards. Don't let your arch collapse. 2. And 1 last one. Well done. Let's switch sides. You're doing really well. After this set, we have the break. So just got to get through this. Good. For a little bit more stability, you can step a little bit wider. You don't have to step quite so narrow. It's not a tightrope, more a train track. Stay upright. Lift your chest. Squeeze your shoulders back. Shoulders away from the ears. Think graceful. Keep going. 4. Slow and controlled. 3. 2. And 1 last one. Well done. Good job. Coming into your low squat. The drink is nearly there. Just shifting gently from side to side and tap your ankle. Good. Natasha Hem, can we sink a little deeper? Very good. Nice. Keep your chest upright. Squeezing your shoulders back. Look straight ahead. Good. Sink your tailbone down, but keep your chest slightly lifted. So we're not falling forward as if we're doing a deadlift. We're staying in this nice chair pose, so to say. And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Grab a quick drink before we move on to the next set. Good job. And then once we're back, we're coming into curtsy and balance. So this time what I want you to do is do a curtsy and then pull your knee in with your opposite hand as high as you possibly can and then go back down into that curtsy. On that curtsy, I want your knee to go as low towards your ankle as you possibly can. So your knee is very close to your ankle on the back. Good. And Natasha H, again, if your knees are sore, just take a little bit of depth out of it. So in general, for soreness, wherever it is in the body, a little bit of movement is good. And that's why physios, they don't usually just massage. They give you some exercises to do. So we don't want to stay completely away from it, but we don't want to push through pain either. You know your body best, and you go to the level that feels right for you. And 6, 5, 4. Really good. Bring your knee towards your ankle. 3, 2, and 1 last one. Very good. Nice. Shake out your standing leg. That's actually the one that gets tired on these ones. And then switch over to the other side. Good. And remember pulling that knee in. I forgot that as I was talking as well. Good. So try to pull it nice and tight in. Getting a little bit of a stretch. So Pilates is not just about strength. It's also about stretching and lengthening. Good. That's why they used to do it with all the ballet dancers back in the day. And 4, 3, 2, and 1 last one. Good. Well done. Nice. From there, coming basically into a single leg Romanian deadlift or warrior 3, depending on your usual training. Bring your arm down Tap your middle finger towards the floor. If it doesn't quite touch, that's fine. Just reach towards the floor and lift your back leg up. You want to come basically parallel to the floor with your leg and your upper body. So you're one straight line from your shoulders to your hips, all the way to your heels. Good. Keep squeezing your shoulders back. If you can't get to the floor, it doesn't matter. The main thing is that you keep a nice and open chest, good posture. So we're not compensating by reaching from the shoulders. It's all in the hip hinge. Good. And Louise, reach with your opposite hand. Same for you, Susan Fairbairn. Good. And 3 more. Try to become active through the back foot as well. So push your heel back. And 1 last one. Good. Switch arms, switch legs. Other side. Reach. Push your heel away from you. Nice and long line through your spine. Again, move slow and with control. We're not falling into the positions, we're guiding into them. And 4, 3, 2, last one. Back to curtsies. So bring your ankle, your knee as close towards your ankle as you can. Then pull your knee in with your opposite arm. Down and up. See how low you can slide that knee on your calf. You have your arms slightly out for balance. Good. And 6. Don't forget to pull that knee in. 5. 4, using the opposite arm to pull that knee in. 3. 2. And 1 last one. Perfect. And the other side. Good. Crossing behind, going down. And then pulling in, nice and tall, long spine the whole time. So imagine you're balancing a plate on the top of your head and you're trying not to tilt it. Don't let that plate fall off your head. So nice and graceful. Imagine you're saying hello to the queen. Good. 4, 3. Very good. And Louise, that looks amazing. 2. And 1 last one. Really good. Nice work. Well done. Good. 1 more time, reaching down. Single leg Romanian deadlift. Or warrior 3. Good. So the standing leg is slightly soft. We don't want to push the knee too far back. But on the back leg, we want to have a good amount of tension. So don't let your back leg be just a tail that dangles there behind you. Try to push your heel back. Keep your leg in line with your spine. Nice and long. We go for another 5. Really good. If you fall out of it, no drama. Just bring it back. 4, 3. Good. 2 more. Take it slow. Consistent tempo. So we're not pausing anywhere and we're not speeding through anything. Good. And the other side. Otherwise, you might be using momentum and we want to avoid that. We want to use our stabilizing muscles around the hips, the ankles, the knee to guide the movement for us. We're not just falling into it. Very good. Remember that long spine. So your eyes are looking forward as you're coming up. Your eyes are looking down as you're going down. And remember, your neck is an extension of the spine, so it goes with the spine. And 4. Very good. 3. Good work, everyone. 2 more. And 1 last one. Well done. Good. Let's all place our right leg in front to avoid confusion. We're coming into a lunge and we're staying there. So find your depth. If you can bring your back shin all the way parallel to the floor, that's great. If that is giving you too much issues in your knees, stay a little bit higher. Push through the outside of your foot and your heel, then lift both arms out in front of you. Lean back as if you're leaning against the wall behind you with your shoulder blades. Now open up towards your right. Bring your right arm back, look over your right shoulder, and then bring your arms back together. The left arm is not moving. So you just open out to the side, squeeze your shoulder blades, and go back down. Keep your arms away from the ears. So relax your shoulders, nice and long neck. Follow your arm with your gaze. Good. Keep both elbows completely straight. Reaching forward, but leaning back. 2 more to go here. You got this. Very nice, everyone. And last one. Well done. Good. Let's switch over. Other side. Shake out your legs. And then come into a long lunge. Nice and long stance so that your front knee is right over your ankle or your midfoot. Good. And then we're switching over. Twist towards your left. Good. Try to keep your lower body undisturbed. So we're twisting from the waist up. Your hips are pointing forward. Your knee is pointing forward. Nothing changes in your lower body. Good. Keep going. Another 4, 3, 2, and 1 last one. Well done. Shake out your legs. Place your hands in towards your hips. We're coming into that same hip hinge position that we were for the single leg Romanian deadlift. Step your right leg back. Your big toe is just gently grazing the floor. Then lift it up to parallel with, in line with the rest of your body and tap it back down. So just lifting your leg, keeping it straight. Keep your toes pointed the whole time. And your hands in your hips will give you an indication of your hips tilting. We want to avoid that. So both hip bones on the front of your hip should be pointing straight down. So notice if one hip is hiking up and try to correct that. Good. And it's your standing leg again that's working, especially the glute medius here. And 6, 5. Again, try not to throw your leg up, slowly guide it up. 3, 2, and 1 last one. Well done. Good work. Come up to standing completely. Then repeat on the other side. Hinge forward from the hips. Nice and long spine. And then lift your back leg off. If you can, as close to parallel as you can. But the main thing is pointing your toes back, not kinking from the knees. Nice and long in your spine. Look straight down to keep a nice long neck. Squeeze your shoulders back. Bring your chest out. Keep your core slightly engaged. And watch your hips. There's so much to do. Focus. Keep going. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 last one. Well done. Good. Lunge and twist. Good. When you're ready, lowering down, arms go straight forward, right leg is in front, and then twisting towards your right. Suhili, other way. So you're twisting to the other side. So if your right leg is in front, you're twisting to your right. You've got your left leg in front, so you're twisting to your left. Good. And follow the arm that's reaching backwards with your gaze. Try to rotate from the entire trunk using your oblique muscles to get that little bit of extra squeeze. Bring your heart pointing to the side of the wall. So we're not just twisting from the neck, the entire torso is twisting. And stay low. Everyone, bring your back knee back down. 3 more. You're nearly there. 2, And one last one. Good work. And the other side. After this set, we're getting on the floor. So you're nearly there with those standing postures. Lean your shoulder blades back against that imaginary wall again behind you. Keep your chest lifted. The heart rotates to the side of the room and the front of the room. This is really nice if you're doing a lot of desk work because it opens up the chest. Good. Stay low. 2. And one last one. Perfect. Good. Back into your hip hinge. Step one leg straight back. And then lift it up so that it comes in line with your upper body and tap it back down. Hands are in the hips to guide your hips to make sure they stay both parallel and not hiking. Good. Natasha Hem, lift the back of your head a little bit more to bring your neck in line with the spine. Good. Still looking down though. Good. Susan F, your right hip is hiking up a little bit. Bring it down. Yes, very good. And keep your toes pointed, remember, so that the knee stays nice and straight. 5. Very good. 4, 3, 2, and one last one. Let's switch over other side. Very good, everyone. Keep it up. Leaning forward. And then lift your back leg up. Graceful. Chest stays lifted. Good. Keep it going. And another 6. Good. Remember not to throw your leg up. Guide it up. Tap it back down gently, gracefully. 4, 3, 2, and one last one. Good. Well done. Nice work. Come down onto the floor. Grab a drink before if you like. And I shall do the same. Good. So we are on our forearms for this one in a plank. In this plank, I want you to tap your knees down towards the floor and lift them back up. See, the rest of my body stays. So I'm not lifting my hips, I'm just pushing my heels back. And that is what's lifting up the knees. Let's go. Forearm plank. Arms are parallel to each other and palms are flat on the floor. Good. And then lifting up in that plank, tap your knees down. Really good. I'm seeing some great versions there. Nice work. So remember, your hips are not moving up and down. It's just the heels pushing back and forward. Good. Keep going. Another 10. 9. 8. Look straight down onto your mat to not strain the neck. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And one last one. Well done. We're coming into a side plank onto your elbows. So you're on your knee and on your elbow like this. Place the other hand into your hip. Lift that leg. Tap the big toe down and lift it back up. Good. So make yourself as long as you possibly can. Again, point your toes. Lengthen your neck and make sure your neck stays in line with the spine. So you don't want your head to bob forward. Imagine there's a wall behind you and you're leaning the back of the head, your shoulder blades and your hips against it. Keep going. Another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep your leg up in the air and start drawing big circles in one direction. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the other direction. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, well done, and switch, other side. Forearm, elbow, knee, and foot are in one straight line. Place your other hand into your hip. Lift your leg and tap it back down. Very good for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep your hips lifted away from the floor. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep it up. Circles in one direction. 10, 9, 8, 7. Make sure you keep your knees straight, everyone. Point your toes. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Circling the other way around. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Come back into your forearm plank. You're doing really well. We're nearly there. This is your last set of work, and then we do some gentle stretches. Come into forearm plank. Make sure your wrists and your elbows are the same distance apart from each other. Plant your palms flat down. Lift your knees and tap them back down. Push your heels back and forward to lift your knees. Very good, everyone. Don't let your head bob down though. Lift the back of the head, but keep your chin tucked so that our neck stays an elongation of the spine. If it gets too much, just hold the plank on your knee. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Well done, side plank. On your forearm, on your knee, hand onto your hip, and then lift and lower your leg. Good, keep your toes pointed. Nice straight line, no kinking from the hips. So make sure you push your hips forward, forward and up. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Circles in one direction. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Very good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other direction. 10, 9. Really good. I'm just twisting my head so funny because I want to see what you're doing. So you keep your neck nice and neutral. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Switch over. Other side. So close now. So line yourself up. Nice and straight line. Shoulders leaning back. Stay nice and open in your chest. Good. And then lift that leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Little circles in one direction. Nearly there. You got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and change. Other way. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come onto your knees. Drop back into a child pose. Walk your hands as far forward as you can. So bring your hands as far to the front as you can, really reaching through your shoulders. And then make little cupcake fingers. Lift the wrist off the mat. Point your fingertips down. Push your fingertips into the floor. Good. And just stay here for another 2 deep breaths. Deep into your belly, letting your belly inflate all the way towards your thighs. Good. And then walk your hands all the way over to the right side of the mat. Place your left hand on top of your right wrist and enjoy a nice side stretch. Push your left rib cage to the front corner of your mat. Try to breathe into that rib cage to gently stretch the muscles that connect the individual ribs together. Using your breath, using the inflation of the lungs. Good. And then come back to center. Go over to the other side. Good. Place your right hand on top of your left wrist. And again, push your right rib cage forward to the right front corner of the mat. Using your breath to stretch the ribs apart. Nice big breath into your lungs. Good. Come back to center. And then slide your hands towards your knees as you're coming back up. Round your spine, tuck your chin in. As you're fully coming up to kneeling position, shrug your shoulders up towards the ears and roll them down your spine a few times. Really good. Lift both arms up overhead. If this is too uncomfortable on your knees, you can come up into a tall kneeling position. Reach your arms up and then leaning over towards the right side. Let your right arm drop down to get a little bit deeper into that stretch. Reach your left arm over to the right side. Good. Come back to center. Bring your arms back together and repeat on the other side, leaning over towards your left. And then let your left arm drop down. Very good. Come back to center. Bring your hands down onto the mat. Step your feet up. Come into a forward fold. Grab your opposite elbow and let your head dangle in between your arms. Try to get your ears all the way to the arms. Look back between your thighs. And then gently roll from side to side. Just gentle sways. Good. And then come back to center, come back to stillness. Nod your head a few times as if you say yes to release the neck. And then shake your head a few times as if you say no. Good. Let your hands dangle back down. Roll your spine up, similar to what we did in that kneeling position. You can come next to a wall for a little bit of extra balance. We're coming into a quad stretch. So bring one leg up, heel towards your hips. Knees right next to each other. Stand nice and tall. Lift your chest. Gently push your hips forward. Good. And then let's repeat this on the other side. Stay next to that wall if you want it for balance. Bring your knees all the way together. Push your hips forward. Nice. Lastly, bring your right foot in front of you. Point your toes up towards the ceiling. The right leg is completely straight. And then scoop your arms down and come back up as if you're trying to touch next to your foot. And that should give you a nice stretch on your glute medius, hamstrings, and calves. Depending on where you are tight, you will feel it the most there. You feel it where you need it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side, other leg forward, and reach. Good. Point your toes up towards the ceiling as much as you can. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. You're all done. Hey, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Alice. Alice, that was great.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Whoops.
Thanks, Alice. Thanks for
well
all the
done, and well done.
adjustments too.
Yeah, well
Thanks
done,
so much,
Natasha,
Alice.
for joining.
Thank
and well
you.
done, second, Natasha,
Thanks,
for getting through it. Lovely to see you online, Sue and Sue.
Thanks for joining us.
And Anne-Louise. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun.
It was good.
There's so much.
My
so
balance
much,
is still shot. I've had a middle ear infection and my balance is still so off.
That's okay. You can always just send if it makes you feel safer, or even have a
Yeah.
chair close by that you can hold on
Yeah.
to. All right.
Anyway,
Have a lovely
getting
day.
there.
Bye now.
Yep. Bye, everyone. Thanks.